If I may, I'd like to introduce Neil Sanderson from Auckland. He runs a website called maritimeradio.org, and Neil's come down especially for the weekend, and I'd like to have a couple of words. Thank you, Phil.
Thanks, Alex. My portion will be very brief. I'm just kind of taking advantage of the fact there's such a great crowd here that I can stand in front of. Alex and I have known each other only through the internet and telephone and Skype and so on for a couple of years now. We made contact because I run this website called maritimeradio.org, which is a hobby of mine. And Alex obviously is the source of all information anyone needs to know about Awarua. As it turns out, he also knows a lot about the Chatham Islands and Awanui and so on. So we have exchanged a lot of information over the past couple of years. I think anyone who didn't know before knows now how passionate he is about the topic of Awarua radio. The other thing I think that has struck me in the couple of years that I've been working with Alex is how generous he is. And he's a relentless and persistent researcher, but as soon as he finds something, he shares it with the rest of us who are interested in the topic. And that's something that I've appreciated so much, that we've been able to have that exchange. And I think, as we all know, when you share something with the world, you tend to get things back. And in our case, it's photographs and anecdotes and data and so on, which really makes it possible for us to have a great book like Alex has put together, and for me to have my own website as well. So congratulations, Alex, on the book. Now the thing I wanted to do in addition to that is I live in Auckland, and I'm fortunate to be a member of the Music Point radio group. I don't know whether you know Music Point, but it was one of the coast radio stations, like Awarua. It started out as being a very minor radio station compared to Awarua. It was what they called a low-power station. Awarua was a high-power station. But over the years, Awarua, Auckland, Wellington, and Chatham Islands were the four coast radio stations for New Zealand. And at Music Point, we have an amateur radio club, and we're privileged to be the custodians of the building at Music Point, which is a sublime location. We have a radio museum there. Regrettably, we're not able to have open days as you do here at Awarua, but we are open by appointment. So if you come to Auckland and would like to see Music Point, we'd love to show you through the station. We have lots of old equipment, although our museum looks more like an op shop. It's nothing as magnificent as what you have here. Lots of stuff, but we just don't have the resources to display it. But you're more than welcome to come and have a look at our collection anytime. I've been keeping our members at Music Point sort of updated on what's been happening here in Awarua, and talking a lot about the museum and the opening of the museum and so on. And it was just early last month that at one of our club meetings we actually had a tour of this building conducted by Alex using Skype. And the poor fellow, he had to walk around with a laptop in his arm for 45 minutes, which must have been painful by the end, but he gave us a running commentary as he took us through the building, in fact starting outside, then taking us right through the building, and we had excellent feedback after that. And in fact, I was on the air on ham radio last week and mentioned that I was coming down here, and I had two people in the group I was talking with say, I can't wait to get down to Awarua as well. When I mentioned at the meeting of our club that I was coming to Awarua, Music Point Radio Group said we'd like to do something in recognition of there now being two radio museums in New Zealand, Music Point and Awarua. And so if Paula would care to come up, I have a small presentation to make on behalf of Music Point Radio Group. It comes in two pieces. We'll start with this one. So this is a couple of historical photos from the opening of Music Point Radio, Music Memorial Radio Station, which would have been 1939 probably, so the start of World War II. I'd like to present you with that on behalf of Music Point Radio Group. And the smaller one we have is basically the explanation for what the other ones are. So a few words that can accompany these photographs. Thank you and good luck with the museum. Very impressive.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. Absolutely. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.